Welcome back to today's morning report on Tuesday the 16th of June with me, Richard Perry, market analyst at Hantech Markets. I'm going to look at cable now, and we've just had this UK inflation data out. The headline data for CPI came in line with expectations at an improvement to 0.1% positive, which is a move back into inflation from a month in deflation. But we have seen the core inflation just dip slightly back, or back below estimates anyway, to 0.9%. So that's produced a bit of selling pressure on cable, and we've seen a bit of an intraday sort of sharp move lower of about 50 pips actually since that data came out. So that's what we've seen on cable in the reaction to that data. So a bit of a turnaround in sentiment on the day, certainly. How does that affect the daily chart? Well, not a great deal really yet. We've seen this sequence of positive candles actually consistently closing towards the high of the day on cable. So very strong move on cable actually, and the fact that we've now broken clear of that 23.6% fib level, I think means that we're still increasingly positive on cable, and it certainly looks as though, on the daily chart anyway, that the move back towards 57 could be on. But this data has turned around the sentiment on the day's candle. We're actually trading towards the day, or at the day low now. So it's interesting that we're seeing cable coming under pressure following on from this data. So could this now turn the sentiment around? We've got the support at the 23.6% fib level at 55.20. Interestingly enough, let me just, this is the hourly chart, sorry. Interestingly enough, 55.20 is the coinciding, sorry, 54.20 that is, 55.20 sort of is around about these breakout levels. So it's a basis of support anyway. So that is something that we need to just watch out for. But certainly at the moment, there's that's the initial support coming in. The downside in the last few minutes, actually 10 minutes or so, that we've seen for this data coming out has been quite strong. And the initial support to come into test is 54.85. So that would be on your hourly chart. That's the first sort of real line of support that you need to watch out for, because that is again in this sequence of sort of higher lows. So 54.85 is your first point, and that was yesterday's low. So if that remains intact, then the outlook for cable will remain pretty strong still. But if you do lose that, then you're looking out for this 54.20 level to be the real basis of support. That would be a big turnaround in sentiment if that 54.20 mark was lost. So interesting that we've seen selling pressure that has come through in the last couple of hours. The MACD line starting to cross lower, so that could suggest a bit of a dip near intraday. And it'd be interesting to see if we find support above that 54.85. But as a 55.20 is the initial sort of fib support, which had been providing a bit of a consolidation initially, and then subsequently breaking out from that. So that is your initial support, 55.20. But just a bit of an intraday dip on this inflation data. But it'll be interesting to see if it continues to find support at higher levels, which it has done over the last starting that day, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days in a row, we've seen higher lows on across the daily basis. So that higher low comes in at 54.85. So I wish you good luck in your trading on cable, and I will speak to you later.